Yo, 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 yo. What's going on, social media world? It's your boy Sincere, J Red, Flatbush, Brooklyn. You already know. Like and subscribe. If you're already a subscriber, I appreciate you. Participate. Don't hate. Congratulate. You already know. What I'm doing right now, this is free. Any one of you guys could be doing this exactly what I'm doing right now. Speak your piece, speak your mind, just make it make sense. But anyway, appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'm in Flatbush. I'm on Tilden, to be exact, between Flatbush and Bedford, right above Burlington. What's that other supermarket? Food Bazaar. It used to be a Stop and Shop, but now it's a Food Bazaar. Can't say I went in there yet, but hopefully it's much better than Stop and Shop because it was real dingy. Pretty sure it had some good food, but it's just not organized correctly, in my opinion. But, who am I? To each his own. Everybody grew up different. What might be normal to me might not be normal to you. So I can't really judge. But I'm in a staircase from the street level to the parking on the roof. And usually I'm surprised it's kind of dead right now. I was like, damn, I hope I get it while it's dead, because usually it's like busy. Usually it's a couple fiends here and there lining up, getting high when I pass through. I usually park my car here when I'm going to the gym, or when I was going to the gym. So every time I usually come up and down these staircases, there's always a fiend or two getting high. But today it's empty, so I get to speak my piece and do my little video, Not too much traffic and, not too much interruptions. So today I really want to talk about just kind of learning yourself and being real with you. How are you going to be real with you when you don't really know who you are to be exactly? Because at any different moment, any given second, we kind of can change who we are by the way of our thought process, by the way of our thinking. So that's why I always say it's better work on yourself, keep growing, shape who you want to be. You're not a tree. Hold on 1 second, social media world. You're just getting the carts. Like I was saying, you are not a tree. You can always unlearn or learn something new and recreate who you want to be and where you want your life to go. If you're not happy the way your life is, now it's a difference between being grateful. We should all be grateful because we woke up this morning, and we can't have a good day or a bad day if that doesn't happen first. So we should always be grateful and give the most praise to the Most High. Whoever you praise, whether it's God, Allah, the universe, whomever, some people are religious, some people are spiritual. But at the end of the day, you didn't create yourself. Somebody created you. There's a higher power, much higher than we are. So give thanks and praise to whoever you look up to. That's a whole nother story. I don't judge when it comes to religion. Everybody's culture, race, environment, way of thinking, that all plays a part. So, and even that can change. You might have grew up Catholic and then came Christian and then probably became Muslim. I don't know. I'm not really a religious person per se. I consider myself more spiritual because we all are spiritual beings just having a human existence. Once our physical body leaves this earth, our spirits, our souls are going somewhere, regardless of what your religion is or whatever your belief is, whatever you believe. Because at the end of the day, everything in life is a belief. If you grew up in Tahiti and they told you this right here is a God, and you grew up from a little kid thinking this was a God, and your parents grew up thinking this was a God, they're going to teach you that, and you're going to teach your kids that, and their parents taught them that, and that's everything is a belief. So there's really no right or wrong beliefs as long as you're being positive with it, as long as it's, I won't say right from wrong, because I feel like there is a right from wrong, but I think more the way you think makes it so. Because what may be right to me might not be right to you. What might be wrong to me, what might not be wrong to you. So that's the only reason why I say right or wrong, I think the person's thinking make it so, whether it's right or wrong. But I feel like there are some general right or wrong, good and evil, but that's a whole nother story. This is not a religious video, so I'm just saying, be grateful for where you're at. Give thanks and praise to your Most High. There's no right or wrong. Whatever you believe, as long as you're not harming yourself, as long as you're not harming others, and it's for the benefit and it's serving you to be and grow to the best of your abilities, I'm with it. I'm with it, social media world. It's just as simple as that. So like I was saying, as far as this video, we really, really gotta understand ourselves, understand mostly our flaws. What are our flaws? We gotta really be real where we're lacking. And nothing is wrong where you're lacking at. Because nobody is perfect, social media world. You know how many discussions and disagreements I get into people on a daily basis? Because it's like people's pride and ego, everybody makes it seem like we're perfect. When you try to point out somebody, and I'm not saying it's my job to point out anything in anybody, but when I'm close to certain people and certain individuals, I feel like just like I would want you to do it with me, if you're my brother or you're my sister or you're my queen and I'm your king, it's only right that when we see that we're lacking in certain areas to pull us up on it, you know? There's nothing wrong with that. As long as we're displaying it and telling it to each other in a respectful manner and not in a disrespectful tone, I really don't see why every time people's pride and ego really, like, people get offended. Like you was just like, you're just perfect. There's no perfect individual. If me as a human being and as a brother, not an associate, but as a brother, and I'm coming to you with love, if I can't express myself and express my feelings without you getting defensive or you getting an attitude in your ego, that just shows me where you at mentally. And I just kind of like step back and leave you alone. Because I'm not trying to change you. I'm here working on me. Just like I'm promoting you working on you. Social media world. We cannot change, should we not try to change any individual in our life or in our circle. And it took me a really long time to really let that resonate in my brain. Because I had a habit. I like helping people. You see what I'm doing right now. I'm doing this video not so I could go home and sit back and look at it for myself. I'm doing this video hoping that this video could really touch somebody who this message can really hit home to. And like I always say, if it don't apply, let it fly. My words, my videos, my content might not be for you, might not be for everybody, but you might know who may be able to help. Sometimes we need to hear the right things at the right time, social media world. And that's all I'm trying to do with my contact, with my YouTube page. I'm just trying to reach as much people out there because I know how it is. We are our own worst enemy, social media world. And me being a regular person, Sometimes when you hear all these gurus and these big entrepreneurs and you hear in their videos, you might not be able to relate to them because they're there already. They might be talking about something that you really can't relate to. Just like I might be talking about something you might not be relate to. You might not be able to relate to. And that's another thing I gotta really work on. I realize that I'm so excited to get the words out of my mouth. That's why I'm constantly fumbling on my words. And I need to practice slowing down, being patient. And I'm an Aries, man. You know, I'm an April Aries at that. And if you know anything about Aries, patience is definitely something we definitely got a lot to work on. Our temperament is something we definitely have to work on. So I'm still an intermediate at this video, YouTube, blogging, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, this might be my maybe 63rd video or so, but I'm still at the learning stages. I'm still growing. I'm still going to have temporary failures, but I'm going to still keep pushing. Me messing up on a video, me slurring my words or making mistakes, that don't mean nothing to me. And if you want to judge me because of that, that's on you. That's not taking no sweat off my back. Because I already know, look what I'm doing and what you're doing. What are you doing with yourself? I'm growing. I have a growth mindset. And I want you to establish that as well. Forget what people is thinking. Stop trying to make people, places, and things be your happiness. You create your happiness. You know how many rich people out there who got millions in the bank and are still not happy? Money is just a tool to make your life easier. It definitely does make your life easier. But guess what? When you're alone at night and you're in that bed and you can't sleep, you know what you're going through in your brain. Work on yourself. Try to wonder what my flaws are and be real with you. Take accountability. Social media world, if you don't take accountability, you're never gonna grow. You're gonna keep making the same mistake over and over and over. When you don't take accountability, all you're doing is making excuses, justifications, and reasons for your actions. All that's telling the next person who's dealing with it is that 9 times out of 10, you're going to continue to do it again as long as the same situation and circumstance come up. Pay attention to you. Look at yourself. Sit with yourself. Right before you go to sleep, you watching Power. Just sit with yourself and hold on, pawn yourself. What's going on? Peace. You know what I mean? How you doing, bro? Respect. How you doing? Yeah, like I was saying, when you sitting there and Power is done or your favorite TV show is done, before you go to sleep, really sit with yourself and ask yourself, what can I do to make myself better? What are my insecurities? What are my flaws? What am I not confident in? Because guess what? When you don't pay attention to these things, you are probably you're moving subconsciously with these things on a daily basis, and it's affecting a lot of areas in your life, especially when it comes to dealing with other people, especially when it comes to dealing with yourself, especially when it comes to dealing with your occupation, the place of where you live at, everything, social media world. Age does not make you mature, social media world. I know a lot of grown people who are still doing the same thing they was doing when they were 16. And even if they're not doing the same thing, they're still letting something that happened to them when they were younger still kind of place them in that jail, that mental bubble that is not letting them grow on a mental level. So they're like 60, 70, still acting like a 20-something-year-old, a 17-year-old. Age does not mean anything, social media world. Sit with yourself. Before you go to sleep every night, give yourself 10 minutes. Is it really that hard to give yourself 10 minutes to sit with yourself and really write down what you think, what you feel negative about? What are you constantly thinking that's negative? Why are you thinking that? Why am I thinking negative? It could be a whole years of you thinking a certain way. Something happened to you when you was in high school. Something happened to you when you was in college. Your first love, your first breakup, whatever. Everybody got a story, social media world. Don't let your insecurities, your lack of self-confidence, your lack of faith, don't let fear ruin your whole life because you don't want to take 10, 15 minutes out your day every night before you go to sleep to recreate your life. Because that could mean a whole big difference the next day. Every time we get up in the morning, it's a new day, a new way of thinking. You could apply a new way of thoughts. Because every day you wake up is your best day ever. Why say that? Because tomorrow is not promised and yesterday is gone. So when you wake up in the morning and you brush your teeth and you're looking in the mirror, tell yourself, today is the best day of my life. And I'm going to do whatever I got to do to feel good. And I'm not entertaining anything that doesn't serve me and help me progress and grow. And when you go to sleep at night, take 10, 15 minutes. Think about how you feel on a negative level, why your self-esteem is low, why your confidence is low, why fear is over faith. Because faith should be over fear, social media world. We need to really stop killing ourselves twice, social media world. Think about it. A lot of times, you know what we do? Things come up, and because we have a lack mentality, we're already thinking the worst case scenario before it even happens. Before the situation even happens, the situation can be going down a week from today. You are already thinking the worst case scenario, and you have a whole week. You don't even know how it's going to come out. You don't know how it's going to pan out, but you're thinking the worst. Tell me I'm lying. I know I wasn't the only person in my past doing that. I don't do it as much. I'm not going to tell you and sit here and tell you I don't do it at all, but I don't do it nowhere close as much as I used to do in social media world. Think about that. Stop killing yourself twice. We don't know what's going to happen. And if you really think about it, the worst case scenario never really happened when you think about it. Think about it. Take 10, 15 minutes of your night. Go over where you're lacking, why you think the way you think. And when you wake up in the morning, today is the best day ever. I'm so happy and grateful that I woke up this morning, that blood is going through my veins, that breath, fresh air is going through my lungs, that I'm free of any serious illnesses, sickness, and diseases. You have the power. Take control. It starts with you. Change starts with you. Faith over fear. Sincere, J Red, Flatbush, Brooklyn. Hope you liked the video. If it don't apply, let it fly. Send to somebody who needs to hear it. Y'all already know.